And I rise like the day, I rise up, I rise unafraid, I rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again.
Hey, Team True Blue, Vancouver Island. This is Kerry, Arnott. Welcome to our January 4th virtual training. I am super excited to be hosting this. This has been in the works for a month now, and we have got some great presenters, great trainers for you with some information that will absolutely help you catapult your business going into 2020. So it is a new year. January 1st has come, it is gone, and now we were into January, okay? And I know that you are ready to build your business. I know that you are ready to push forward. I know that you are ready to make 2020 your breakout year. So this virtual training will help you step by step overcome some of the obstacles that may be holding you back and give you some tools that will help catapult you forward. And so I'm not going to take any more time. We're going to jump into this. A few quick announcements. Coming up on January 10th is our cyber launch. It's being put on by corporate, local leaders, different people, and we're going to hear what's coming for 2020. It's going to be a huge year for this company. It's going to be a huge year for you. And of course, a huge year for True Blue. So January 10th, there will be pockets all over the world holding these cyber launches, which will be broadcast from headquarters and from different places. And I encourage you, plug into one of these, get plugged in, get there, and make it happen. So that's January 10th. January 16th to 18th, Tori Hill will be on Vancouver Island. Elite Pro 7, Tori Hill will be here. She'll be bringing her heart, her wisdom, her expertise in building an elite position with LifeVantage. I encourage you to get registered for the event on January 18th. It's going to be good. Seating is limited, and invite. Get the word out to your team, get the word out to your guests, and let's absolutely just rock this thing. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into our presenters. We have four extremely qualified professional presenters that are on this team on Vancouver Island. Now, there may be some of you that are watching from different teams in different places. That's great. We all plug in, we link arms, we do this together, and we just make it happen. So our first presenter is none other than Premier Pro 5, Chris Loughlin from Nanaimo, British Columbia. She's going to start off really helping you with some mindset and talking about expectations. Chris is a true leader as far as the definition of leader goes, and I'm excited to present her. Chris, take it away.
Hello everyone and welcome. Happy New Year 2020. I can't believe it, but it's got a lovely smooth ring to it that I know it's going to be an incredible year. What with the ringing of the bell at NASDAQ coming this month, free shipping coming, but best of all, Tori Hill is coming to Vancouver Island, and we are so excited to have Tori come and join us. So when Kerry asked me to be part of this new format for our virtual training, I said yes. But honestly, I was starting to question, can I do this, right? That's sort of my thing. But the subject on it, and I think it's kind of fitting, the subject on it is what expectations of what should happen and the story we create around those expectations. It's sort of not what happens to us that gets us anxious or uptight. It's the stories that we create in our head that get us that way. It's the expectation of what should happen, but it's that story that we create around it, even before it's happened. So I talked to Tom about what this was, and he said, well, remember the two farmers? And I thought, yes, you're absolutely right. So I'm going to share you with that. It was about two farmers, and there was Farmer John, and he's plowing his field, and he needs to get it done that day. Weather's changing. Seeds have got to be planted. He had to get it done. Well, the plow broke down. And he tries to fix it, tries to do his best, and he just can't get it done. But it's imperative that he gets the field plowed that day, because he knew the weather was changing. He's got to get the seeds in the ground. This has to happen. So he thinks, okay, well, I can go over and talk to my neighbor and ask him for his tractor. So he heads off over to his neighbor's, and as he's on his way there, he starts asking us questions. What if Farmer John says, no, I can't borrow his tractor? Well, you know, he's so perfect. He's already got his field plowed. He doesn't wait to the last minute. He's always on top of things. He's good at maintenance too, you know. He's going to tell me no because I don't look after my equipment the way he does. I'm not lending you my tractor. You shouldn't have waited this long. You know, he's so perfect. He's not going to help me. I know it. So when he gets to the door and he's ready to knock on the door to Farmer John's, and the door opens, and he's feeling uptight and anxious and miserable and expecting him to say no. Farmer John has his hat on and his coat on, and he looks and he says, I see you're having trouble over in the field. I'm going to come and do it for you. I know you've had issues at home, Mary being sick. I'm on my way. Let's get it done today. So you see, the stories he'd created, he'd already set the expectations that Farmer John was going to say no. It wasn't the truth. It was not the truth. So we create these stories without verification, and it gets us upset even before we get the results. Now, I'm my own worst enemy, and I know this. If I could write a book on the stories in my head, I honestly feel I would be at the top of the bestsellers list. But you know, I don't think I'm the only one that goes through these things. It's like when we want to make that connection and invite someone to take a look, whether it's a phone call or social media, however we do it, it doesn't matter. It's what we expect and that story that we create that causes the problem, causes us to be anxious, even before we've made the connection. I expect them to say no. They're not going to want to hear from me. They're too busy. They're too successful. I'm not successful. Why would they listen to me? I'm too old. I don't know enough. And it goes on and on and on. So when you do that, you've created an expectation based on untruth. You have to be aware of this, constantly aware of it. And I'm really trying very hard, both in relationship and business. It's that unspoken expectation and that story we create that causes that anxiety and that stress. We've no idea what someone's going through. We have no idea what's happening in their life. We don't know what their thoughts are. And if you don't act in a way in what to expect them without creating that story based on untruths, you know, it's those unspoken expectations that are dangerous. If you assume what you expect without verification, that's when we create this issue, the untrue story. So on a personal level, sometimes, you know, we've been married 51 years, and you would think it would be easy that we would know exactly what the other was wanting to do or should do, expect to do. You would think it would be so easy, but I'm telling you, it can be worse. It can be harder. And sometimes by the time I get home, all hell breaks loose. You know, so I have to work on those things as well for a relationship. I feel we have to be open and clear on our expectations, especially when it comes to our team and our business, whether it's cross-line, downline, upline, it doesn't matter. If we don't communicate, we end up creating stories that are simply not the truth. Another example, when there was a time when there was a couple that were doing their own thing, which is great, no problem. I thought they wanted it that way. They don't need my help. They have each other. They're better at presenting than I am. Why would they need me? Why would they even ask me? Whoever said that? They didn't say it. So it was the stories created without verification that creates that anxiety that is based on untruths. So be aware of expectations of others and unspoken expectations, but most importantly, the stories we create around them with absolutely no verification. I feel open communication is the key. There's nothing wrong with speaking the truth. That's what we want to do. Be open. We're adults. Be open. We're not here to hurt or harm anyone. Let's be open and talk honestly. So be clear on your expectations. But most important, watch those stories that are going on in your head, because they can do you in. Take care.
Wow. Chris, thank you so much. That was amazing. Amazing information. Thank you so much for the stories. Thank you for enlightening us and helping us to see that it's not all about our expectations. And I love it when we can shift the expectations into appreciation and just make things happen. So thank you so much. Our next presenter is our premier Pro 5 out of Qualicum Beach, Vancouver Island, BC. None other than Ramona Horsfield. She is a registered nurse. And when it comes to product and compliance, this lady knows it all. She is a fantastic leader. She has built an incredible organization. And I know she's just getting started. So Ramona, time's yours. Let's hear what we need to know about the products and how to talk about them and be compliant.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the January virtual training done by Team True Blue. We are here today to welcome everyone to get some knowledge and hopefully help you and your business grow. So first of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ramona Horsfield. I'm a registered nurse of 46 years now, and I have been involved with LifeVantage for the past 5 years. Very excited to be asked to partake in doing the virtual training, and I have been asked to speak on compliance and products. I guess number one, because being 46 years a nurse, the products are what drew me into LifeVantage, and I know that we have to be compliant in talking about them. So that's what I'm here for today, is to help you understand compliance and to help you understand how you can talk about our products in relation to compliance. So compliance, none of us love it. Nobody, even the lawyers involved in LifeVantage, don't like compliance. But we need to be compliant, and we need to be aware of it, because when people are non-compliant about their products or their company, that is what causes their companies to get shut down. We have a business, we have some products, we have things that are phenomenal here, you guys, and we do not want to cause any problems in relation to being non-compliant and therefore setting up red flags or triggering the possibility of us causing something that would cause our company to be shut down. So number one is awareness. Yes, we have to be aware. We have to be aware of compliance when we tell our story. And there's a whole other training on that. I'm not here today to talk to you about your story, but know that you cannot make claims in your story, even if they are personal and true. There is a video put out by Eric Marchant, who is the LifeVantage lawyer with regards to compliance. Please look that up and give it a watch. It is well worth every moment. I think it's about 12 minutes long or 15 minutes long, but worth every moment that you watch it. Also, there's a policy and procedures document within LifeVantage, and you should also have read that. And if you haven't, take a few minutes. It's not a quick read, but take a few minutes to read that and know the policies and procedures. So we want to know, what can you say? What is compliant? We can, with regards to our products and our company, make general health and well-being claims. We can say that our products help us maintain or help you maintain an existing health state. Example of that is, I can say, yes, I feel younger. I feel happy. I feel energetic. I've never felt better. All those are okay things to say. We can also make structure and function claims. So we can say that our products help support the structure and the function of the human body. Example, our products strengthen cells. Our products help support cardiovascular health. Those are all okay things to say because they are what our products do. What we can't say and why we can't say it, this is a bit of a longer topic. We cannot make disease or drugs claims. We cannot say that our products help with blank. Fill in that blank. Whether that fill in is cancer or diabetes or inflammation, we cannot hook our products to a claim of disease cure. We cannot say our products help lower cholesterol or helped with any symptoms of a disease. Fill in, instead of using the word cholesterol there, fill in the blank. We cannot say, even if it's personal testimony and it's true for you, we cannot say that our products cured, treated, or took away our disease processes. No disease claims are allowed. None at all. Not allowed. So maybe you use these products and your disease got better and went away, but you still can't say that, you guys. You cannot hook our products to a disease name. Lawyers like to say, quote, quote, free speech ends where commerce begins. So our free speech, telling our story, telling what we think is true for us, ends because we are in a business. Our free speech ends right there. What you cannot say, there's a whole lot of it. And even when I sit into the doctor's meetings in LifeVantage, it's frustrating. It's not only frustrating for you, it's frustrating for even doctors that do this business. So what can we not say? There are 2 product disclaimers out there. The first being, this statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. That one's often used. And the second one, this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. You've heard those before, right? Well, so have I, and I've even said them myself. We often say those, and by adding either of those statements before or after a disease claim does not, and I capitalize not, make the disease claim compliant. It's a no-go zone, you guys. Adding a disclaimer does not make compliance. So just from that bit of information now, I'd like to give you a quick little true or false quiz. Number 1, I want you to answer these quickly. I can claim that Protandim helped me with my diabetes because it is personal and true. Your answer should be false. You cannot claim that our product helped with any disease, even if it is personal and true. Number 2, I can claim that I feel better when I take my LifeVantage products. Your answer should be true. Yes, you can make a claim of well-being in relation to our own products. Number 3, I can claim that Protandim helps maintain healthy cells in my body. What's your answer? Should be a quick true. You can make a claim that our LifeVantage products help maintain a body structure. Number 4, I can claim that my disease is improving due to LifeVantage products. That should be an easy one, you guys. Should be an answer of false. Disease claims are never permitted. I repeat, never permitted. Do you know that the people that are monitoring and watching companies watch for non-compliant statements and phrases? Do not use verbiage that will lead to investigation and the possibility of shutting our company down. Our products are important, so be careful with what you say and stay in compliance. Take care of your business and take care of our company. So then your next question comes, well, if that's true, how do I market these products and this business? We often feel, well, what can I say or what can I do? If I can't say those things, how can I make this important? How can I claim what I know to be true? The best way is through attraction marketing, you guys. So I'm just going to give you a few tips here. Number 1 tip, know your market. Who would be your perfect customer? Design your perfect customer in your mind and know who they are. Tip 2, you need to get into that customer's head. What is important to them? Ask what drives these people. Is it their pain? Is it their fear? What do they want? Get into their head. Tip number 3, have a platform and a message, and I mean a solid message. This will create interest and engagement and trust in you. People are attracted to you when you talk about what matters to them. What do you believe strongly? What is your brand? What do people think about who you are? People, I'm going to say it once again, people are attracted to you, not to the science, not to the product. They are attracted to you and your belief. So, you could post a picture of you using a product, but you don't need to mention the name, or you should not mention the name, the company name, or the product name. I.e., maybe you post a picture of yourself drinking Axio, and you say in that post, whoa, no sleep last night. Boy, I'm sure thankful that I have this product this morning. Maybe there's a new mom out there that didn't get any sleep last night either. That's what matters to her. People are attracted to you, not your company or your product. Okay, so let's go to our products for a few minutes. Let's talk about the benefits, how our products make us feel. The first rule is we must become a product of the products. As distributors and people building this product and telling people about this business and these products, we must be a product of the products. How do you know what to tell somebody about how it makes you feel if you are not taking the product? If your belief is not strong, how can you convey that belief to somebody else? You need to know what makes our products different from others. And it's really simple, you guys. Our difference is that we have nutrigenomics, the use of nutrition and natural compounds to activate our genetic expression in the body. I'm going to repeat that once again because this is really important. This is what makes LifeVantage different. This is what should build your belief. What makes us different is nutrigenomics. That is the use of nutrition and natural compounds to affect or activate the genetic expression within our body. We have cutting-edge products. We have the leading technology in the world, and we are first, you guys. You've got to know that. You've got to build that belief in yourself. This is why I love Gary Stern's statement. This is why Gary Stern says, why take it when you can make it? Put that phrase in your notebook. Why take it when you can make it? We can help your body make what it needs. Your belief in these products should be sky high, should be out of the roof. We have patents. We have the NIA study, which allows mammals to live 7% longer. I know, because the products are what drove me. The products are what brought me in as a nurse. My daughter asked me to look at this business, or not really the business. She asked me to look at the products and the science because she was looking at the business when we first started 5 years ago. So the products are what pulled me in, you guys. And speaking about them is difficult to stay in compliance, but it's necessary. So I want to talk a little bit about our products and how you can talk about them. Protandim, the Tri-Synergizer, are the 3 most powerful products. Our data shows that they are most powerful when put together. So under the science tab in your back office, you can go here and build your belief that by putting those 3 products together, you are building what we call the most effective use of them. So let's talk. NRF2 decreases oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. We all know that. Oxidative stress is at the root cause of so many problems in our body. You notice I didn't say disease names. So many problems going on in your body. Turn on your body's capability to produce its own antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. That's a good line to use with people, you guys. Turn on your own body's ability to produce its own antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. Help remove the garbage or the damaged cells from your bodies. Say, do you want to reduce your cellular aging by 40%? Those are all things that are okay to say with NRF2 when you're talking to somebody. NRF1 protandem. Look at the research on mitochondrial destruction. This is what ages us, you guys, is mitochondrial destruction. That mitochondria, the powerhouse in our cell, needs to be fresh. It needs to be rejuvenated. It needs to be built. And that is what NRF1 does. So why not activate your mitochondria? You can say all that to somebody. Make your mitochondria stronger, healthier, and live longer. Create more of them in your body. That's NRF1, which equals cellular energy. This keeps you alive longer. These are all things you can say about NRF1. What about what about NAD, our newest product? This increases the sirtuin level, which are the cellular proteins in our cells, because as we age, sirtuin, or the proteins, decrease by 60%. These sirtuins are necessary for life, for cellular life, and they only exist in the presence of NAD. We are the only company in the world, you guys, that has NAD that is an activator, not just a precursor. Help your body produce more sirtuins. The only other way that your body can do this that's proven in the world is caloric restriction. I know I like to eat, and I'm not into cutting out 60% of my calories. You could take a 2,500 calorie diet and you would have to restrict it down to 1,000 calories to do in your body to get the positive effects that we can create by taking our product NAD. It's ridiculous. I don't want to cut my food down like that. I like eating too much. So if you told somebody that intermittent fasting or caloric restriction could be done, you can explain it with NAD. You get the same effects with the NAD synergizer. There's nothing that what these three products do individually, but put them all together and you get exponential results. There is a study done with a graph, and you can find that in your back office, that shows how each product builds and how putting together the three tri-synergizer protandems makes them more effective. You can talk science until you're blue in the face, and I did that at the beginning, believe me, but people need to know your story. People need to know how these products make you feel. All our other products are related to these three products, the three protandems. They all have NRF2 activation. Take the message of activation from the inside out, talking about these protandem synergizers, the tri-synergizer package together. Talk about how we can activate our body from the inside out for health. Then, to get on to talking about the other products and being in compliance, talk about from the outside in. We want to talk about hair care, skin care, the mask, Axio, Physique, and Protandem. What makes these things all special? They are all NRF2 activated. We can talk about low energy. We can talk about problems sleeping. We can talk about problems of focus and concentration. We don't need necessarily to talk to people that are sick. We can talk to healthy people. We all have these problems. Do they need to know this in this much detail? No. Do they need to know that you know? They sure do. They need to see it in your eyes. They need to hear it in your voice. And they need to know it in their hearts that you believe and that your belief level is through the roof on these products. We have a product company. Without these products, our company doesn't exist and your business doesn't exist. If your belief isn't to this level, go and do your research. Go and talk to somebody like me that has insane belief in what our products do. We use all the products in this household, and although we don't use Pet Tandem on our dog, we use it on our children's dogs. We need to be products of the products. So take these three things away from my talk today. Take away these three things. Number one, why take it when your body can make it? Number two, if your belief isn't through the roof, go and do what you have to do to get it there. Number three, what differentiates us, LifeVantage, is nutrigenomics. We can activate the body at the genetic level. You need to learn to say that. All our products are based on this activation. When you're talking about these products to people, let them know that by being on a subscription like the Vitality Stack, they are treating body systems. We treat the gut to make it healthy. We treat cellular health to keep our cells and our body working properly. And we treat the eyes, the brain, and the cardiovascular system with the omegas. That's the Vitality Stack. We are making the whole body healthy, you guys. Healthy to the point where it can deal with and do what it has to do. So it all starts with you and your belief, and the one with the highest belief wins. No one can challenge my belief on these products. How about you? You have to answer that. If your belief is through the roof, you will be successful. I know what we have our hands on. Do you? I hope this was helpful and brought you some value. Remember, we are first, and we are the only game in town. I'd like to hand this back now to the other people helping do the virtual training for January from Team True Blue, Vancouver Island. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Wow, incredible information, Ramona. Thank you so much. And guys, you don't have to be a nurse to be able to do this. Ramona shared with you just a few things that you need to know, that you can say, that you avoid saying, and all the things that can help you in promoting the business and the products. Ramona, thank you so much for the time and the effort that you put into preparing that. You are truly an amazing leader. And so now we're jumping into our next presenter. And of course, you've worked on your mindset with Chris, you've worked on your product knowledge and how to be compliant with Ramona, and now you've got to do something with your business. You need to open your mouth and invite people to take a look at it. And I'm going to introduce Michelle Kocourek, Premier Pro 6 out of Nanaimo, BC. Michelle has been in this for quite a while. She is a partner with us. She is all heart. I would say Michelle is the heart of this team. And she is just a rock star when it comes to how to love people, how to share the information with them, and how to do it in a way that is absolutely effective. So get your notepads out. Make sure you take notes. Michelle, take it away. Let's hear how to effectively invite people to take a look at what we've got.
Welcome everybody to January's virtual training. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be part of it this year, starting a new decade, and how exciting we have our future in front of us. So I hope that I bring some value today. I'm going to be talking about getting started and our invites, and I hope that the information that I share with you, I know has been something as we reflect back and look at the things that I'm going to talk about have been helpful to me, and I hope that they're helpful to you too. The fact that you're on here today tells me you're more than likely already a part of the business, and that when we look at this, we may be in for 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 5 years, 6 years. What we have is we can launch or relaunch at any point in our business. You know, launching off in the very beginning, relaunching if you're somewhere down that path. And so I realized that getting started, you know what? We get started on our business every day. It's a conscious choice that we do. Am I going to do the business today when I wake up? Am I going to share it with someone somewhere along the line? And sometimes we look at getting started as this great big huge mountain. How do I get to Pro 10? How do I get to Pro 5? How do I get to Pro 2? And sometimes when we look at that as this whole big picture, it seems like it's too much and it's overwhelming, and that can stop us in our tracks. The reality is we need to look at it as it's one step at a time. That we can be one step, it could be 5 steps, it could be 10 steps. It'll get us to the mountain eventually, but it doesn't all have to be done in one fell swoop or 1 day or 1 month or even 1 year. So be assured that it might take some time, and yes, we'd all like to have it go faster. Of course we would. But sometimes 1 step at a time will also get you to where you want to be. First thing is our why. it's really important to know what our why is. Our why, they say, can make you cry or should make you cry. And that's true. But you know what? I cry about a lot of things. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when something sensitive happens. I cry when a team wins a big cup, or I don't know, I just cry easily. My emotions come through very quickly, and I'm empathic that way. And yes, my why does make me cry for sure. But your why should also make you move. And I think that's the most important, is that when you have movement, then there's growth. And that's such a vital, important part of what we do and who we are as a business. We make movement, whether it be financial or physical, in people's lives. We help to encourage that. And in doing that, we also encourage that in our own selves. So our why should make us move. First thing you're going to need to do is create your database. We've heard that for those of us who have been in the business a while. We should be adding to our database every day, because it's through that adding in contacts that will help us to grow our business. For those of you that are new, I want you to just start writing names down. Sometimes people say they do categories like a warm market versus a cold market. I personally like to divide my contacts into people who are health conscious, whether they need help with their health, or whether they're financially need help, or they're looking for money, or they're financially secure and have money that they can spend where they would like. And then I also have a chicken list, people that I know I want to approach, but that I would consider are more, I'm more hesitant to approach them. So that's my three that I have in my category. So I want you to take a few seconds right now and just quickly write down 3 names for you that we're going to be working with throughout the rest of the training here. And with that, DMOs, if any of you heard that, the daily method of operation, it's a checklist. Checklists are important. They're important to keep us on track, to keep us accountable. And you know, sometimes it's so easy to just get into the mode of, oh yeah, I'll do that later. Oh yeah, after lunch I'll do that. But having something to go back and look at and check on, I know that my productivity is greater when I use checklists than when I don't. And I'm not always doing it, and I know the difference when I do. Has significant growth when I use my checklist. So again, writing down 3 names. And you're going to want to keep that in mind, that you have that database and you're adding to it all the time. But for today we're just going to use the 3 names. Now we're going to do a little bit about inviting. So I want you to think about being the messenger, not the message. This is another area I've struggled with through the years. I research so much into the company and the products that I sometimes tended to be the message and not the messenger. But it works so much more successfully when you bring in extra people, whether it be your upline, your downline sometimes, someone who has a similar story with the person that you're reaching out to. There's so many different ways that you can connect, and whether it be just the video itself, rather than trying to be the one who explains. And when you're new, it's a perfect opportunity to say, you know, I'm really new at this. I don't know everything, but I know someone who knows more than me. Can I bring them into the conversation? And that conversation can be on text message. It can be on the phone. It can be on Messenger. There's so many different avenues of communication. So what you need to do is look at who is open to hearing the info that you have to share. Who is open to hearing information about health benefits or financial benefits? Who might be looking? There's where your categories of your contacts comes in. And then ask them, if I could share something with you, would you be open to taking a look? It could be, if I could show you something that might affect your health in a beneficial way, would you be open to hearing about it or learning about it or watching a video or connecting with someone? And Kerry shared a really great podcast with me about, you know, do you jump on them the first time? Do you wait? Where in the point of a conversation do you introduce the product line? And you know what? It's different for every person. There are some people that you might have a relationship with that you could introduce it to very quickly. There is no one way of doing this. It is really all about the individual that you're sharing with. It's not your agenda, it's theirs. And so if somebody shared with you that they're having a health concern, you know that your product or the products that we have are going to be beneficial. Would the first thing out of your mouth be, I got something for you. Here, you got to try this. That might make them a little bit standoffish. Again, it's about relationships. So you want to partner with them and share the information in a timely fashion that they'll be open to hearing it. So there again, that question, if I could share something with you, would you be open to taking a look at it? One sentence that I've used over and over again is, here's a video, watch what I watched. If you see what I see, here's some more information. Or here, I actually had lots of the bottles of Protandem. So I have them watch the video. If you see what I see, here's a bottle, get started on it. And then order yours, give me mine back. And I had those bottles going out and around. So if that would work, that's a possibility. You might need to think outside of the box. How is it going to work? Let's see, the invite is the seed that you may need, and you may need to water that seed. That seed or the prospect may need to hear it several different times, sometimes in several different ways. And so think about a plant. I love these kind of analogies. If you had a plant, would you only water it once and expect it to produce? Well, of course not. We know that that's not going to happen. The seed will die. It's just the same with our information. Sometimes we need to give it once, twice, 4 times, 5 times. I worked with my girlfriend, who I've touched bases with her over 2.5, almost 3-year basis before she finally joined me in the company, where she was at a place in her life where she was desperate in her health. And she decided to finally jump in and try. That made such a significant difference. But what if I'd never spoken to her again the first time she said no? Like, what would that have done? A, it would have cut off a very good friendship. And B, it would have cut off the opportunity for her whose health has benefited greatly from taking the products. So remember, these prospects that we have are like seeds. We need to water them again and again. And even when they become a distributor or a customer, we still need to water them. They are still our garden of people that we work with. So getting started in our invite. What is our invite? We're going to stop for a few minutes in a second. And I just want you to think about what your invite is going to be. Come to terms and come to a thought process. What are you going to say to the person that you've written the name down of the list that we have? And are you going to say, hey, I've got something I want to share? Are you just going to touch bases with them and just say, hey, how are you doing? We don't have to jump on them. Some of our contacts and our prospects are ready to go to that next level of, here's a video link, would you watch it? Some we just might need to reach out to and touch and say, hey, how are you doing? How was your Christmas? How's your New Year's? What are your New Year's goals? And incorporate them in our friendship, because this is a relationship business. With that, we use ITT, invite, tool, and team. So with that, we're going to extend an invitation, invite them to a tool, whether it be a video, a phone call, a Zoom call, and then connect them with the team in some way, shape, or form. It could be an opportunity meeting. We have so many meetings coming up in the month of January here on the island. Exciting times. We've got the launch on the 10th. We've got Tory Hill coming to us on the 17th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. So lots of opportunities. So take a few minutes now. Choose which meeting you want to invite someone to or how you want to invite them to. And with that, I'll turn the time back over to the rest of the training. I hope this was of value to you. Keep it simple. The simpler we make it, the more duplicatable it is. And I like acronyms, so FSF. Find someone, share with them, and follow up. With that, signing off. Thanks so much for the opportunity. Let's go take the time now and issue some invites to these upcoming meetings. Bye for now.
Wow, Michelle, thank you so much. You just showed us that really it's the passion, keeping it simple, and just doing those same little steps over and over and over again. I love that. The DMO, it's the activities that get us there. Super. So, hey guys. So we're gonna do a little bit of training with this baby here, okay? As you know, most of your business you can do on your cell phone. And so I'm just gonna go over a few little things here, help you understand a little bit better how to use some of, not necessarily the app, we're not gonna go over the app, but how to use your cell phone. This could be an iPad, this could be any type of device, and how to make it more effective in your business. Because when you learn how to use it, learn how to use the tools that you've got, you can absolutely be much more effective. And when you're enrolling somebody or you're at a meeting and helping someone out, you can look much more professional. Nothing worse than having someone say, hey, can you pull up your replicated site? And you don't know what your replicated site is. So we're gonna go step by step through this, help you out. Let's get this figured out. So what I'm going to do is share my screen, and I'm going to put my phone up on this screen here. Go down, and there we are. So my phone is up on the screen now, so sharing that. And what we're going to do is your virtual office, okay? I'm gonna scroll across here. Your virtual office, you would go to lifevantage.com, okay? So lifevantage.com, and you can log in. So let's see here. We're going to go to log in. So lifevantage.com. This is what it looks like. If you see up at the top, it's LifeVantage My Virtual Office. And you would click in your ID number and your password. Let's try that again. There we are, logged in. I'll press log in, and boom, there's my virtual office. Now what you can do is if you go down here, down to the bottom, and click on that middle button. Now again, this is for an iPhone. I don't know if an Android is different, but when you click on that, I will scroll up until it says add to home screen, okay? Add to home screen. So I'll click that. And it says LifeVantage Corporate Evo. I'm going to change that, so at the very top, to my virtual office. And then I will click add up at the top. And it is down here, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that and hold it, and you'll see a little X comes there, and I'm going to move it to the side. And what I've done is I've created a folder where all of my apps go in. I'm going to go all the way to the top here. Whoops, didn't quite make it. Let's pull it out of there. All the way up here. Whoops, sorry guys, in the wrong one. Let's try this again. Up into this folder, okay? And what this folder is, put it down in there. This is my LifeVantage folder, okay? You can let go, and there it is. And so if I click on that folder, you will see that I've got my virtual office. I've got my LV Pay. This again is virtual office. I've just got it in twice. I've got Crazy Yellow Pill. I've got the link to Crazy Yellow Pill. I've got my replicated website, and you can access all of these quite easily on your phone. Just go up to that one folder, click on it, everything opens up. I'll click on my virtual office, boom, it comes up. It may want you to log in, it may not, but your virtual office comes up and there you go. So, having said that, there has been an issue with some people wanting to order products from the NFR site. And there's been a little confusion because some people have gone to their replicated site, which I will click on mine, which is this one I put in here. My replicated site, as you can see up at the top, is kerryarnott.lifevantage.com. I will click Go to My Market. So if you are a distributor and you want to order NFR products, please leave this site alone. What's been happening is some people click on the shopping cart and then it says looking for NFR products, and you click on that and then you choose your products, whatever they may be, your NAD, some Pet Tandem, some hand cream, and baby, some Axio, and you click on all these and you go in, you put your information in, you place your order, and what you've done is you've just enrolled yourself again, okay? And so I'm going to show you how to order from the NFR site. Just gonna get rid of this one. So what you do is go onto your phone. Okay, go onto your phone. If you've got an iPhone, click on Safari. If you've got an Android, it's probably Google. And then you would go to Life Vantage NFR site. So all I'm doing is Googling it, okay? I've done a Google search of Life Vantage NFR site. Now, this is something that you as distributors will use to order your own NFR products, and you will teach your customers to do the same. I will go and it will show me up here. Here's the actual link. I could have given you that, but if you're confused at all what the site is, just go to LifeVantage NFR site and it will take you right here. I will click on that and boom. nfr-ca.lifevantage.com. And what you do is you would click on the products you want, and then the next page, after you click on the shopping cart right here, will take you to your ID number, your password, then you put in your information and boom, there you go. However, if you do not want to Google this every time, go to this middle button at the bottom. I'll press that. I've deleted mine off my page, so you can see how to do this. And we're going to go to Add to Home Screen, right here, Add to Home Screen. And it says Life Vantage Cart. What I'm going to do is remove that and type in NFR site, okay? And then click Add at the top, Add at the top. And if you see down at the bottom here, there is my NFR site. So you don't have to go to Safari, you don't have to Google it, it's there on your screen. Okay, it's been bookmarked there. Now I'm going to, I'm going to hold on that until the X comes up, everything's wiggling. Put your finger on the LifeVantage icon there, and then I'm going to go across, hold it to the side. There's my folder, and I'm going to put it in my folder, right in the middle there. And there it is. So my NFR site is in my folder, and on my phone in particular, on my first page of apps, it's right up in the top left corner. Anything LifeVantage, I just click on that. It pulls up. If I want to do my own NFR order, I just click on this NFR site. The cart comes up. I pick the products. Let's say I want 3 bottles of NAD. I click the shopping cart, and then boom, comes up with asking for my ID number. The last one I used, you can see the last one you used, it will be down at the bottom. And you would type in your ID number, your password, log in, and it will go to your payment information and confirm address and everything. I hope that is super clear. Okay, so let's take a couple minutes now. Let's practice that. Let's figure it out and get these apps, icons on your phone. There will be someone in the room, in the training that knows how to do this. Let's help each other out. Let's get these done. So when you're in a meeting, when you're in a coffee shop, someone asks for some information, they're going, hey, I'm ready to do this now. Boom, it's right there. Simple, easy. I hope this has been helpful. Our next presenter, of course, you've learned the different things so far. I'll recap them again. You've heard it, you'll hear it again, is our mindset, and then what we've got and how to speak about it compliantly, and then how to invite people to look. And as you know, and as Michelle said, you're inviting people, they're not all joining you the first time. Sorry you guys, they're not all joining the first time. It requires follow-up. And I've asked Pro 3, Belinda Harrison from Ladysmith, BC, to share with us about the follow-up and what she's been doing. And it's amazing because Belinda has had a lot of success lately with following up. And I've seen her working with people, not just for a few months, but a few years, and enrolling them. And listen to her, take notes. You're going to hear some nuggets because the fortune is in the follow-up. Belinda, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kerry, and good morning, everybody. I would like to say I really appreciate this opportunity to get a little bit uncomfortable and present for you this morning. I appreciate that Kerry has faith in me and has given me this opportunity to grow a little further. I'm here today to speak about follow-up, and follow-up is very simply put the next step once the hard work of inviting somebody is done and they've said yes to looking at a tool or coming to something with you. Then it's the next step to keep the dialogue going. So can we move them towards a decision, whether that decision is yes, no, or maybe. We just want to take them the next step along the way. In the ITT process, invite, tool, team, you've done the invitation piece, you've got some dialogue going, and perhaps they've seen a tool. You're looking to reconnect with them and move them towards further information through tools or into the team process. So in the ITT, it's moving it through further along. We've often heard the fortune is in the follow-up. Well, why is that? Because no matter how many people you invite, if you don't follow up, you have nothing. You have nothing in your business. You're not growing. So it's a really critical piece, and it's also one of the most challenging pieces. It calls into question all kinds of personal growth and responses, reactions from people. So how do we do this? Well, I find, for me, my own learning, I find that when I organize things and put a bit of structure behind it, that I do better. It's much easier for taking notes, and this allowed me to go through my notes and look at things. And I did discover that when I have certain ways of presenting my notes, I find them easier to follow. So what I've done is just created a simple acronym, and the acronym is built around the word quality. So quality is a key word for me anyway. It's everything that I want to be as a person and particularly in my business. So if I'm bringing quality, then I'm going to feel good about myself. So the word quality is what we're going to work from. What do we do in a follow-up? Well, the Q in quality for me is about questioning. It's becoming a better question asker and a better listener. So questioning is the key to continuing that dialogue and to keeping people in the flow. You can ask things like, please let me know where you're at on a scale of 1 to 10. What did you like best about the information that you saw or the presentation that you went to? What resonated for you? Could you give me an idea of where your head and your heart are at right now? I like that one in particular. That comes from a Justin Prince training from a bit ago. And I love the fact that it brings out not just the intellectual perceptions, but also gets into people's feelings. Can you tell me where your head and heart are at right now? So that's the cue for questioning. You, understanding, and compassion. So be understanding and compassionate at all times. This comes back to Team True Blue and our core value of kindness, very related to that. Work from a place of kindness and gentleness with people. Maintain your posture, but also work with the kindness regardless of their response. So if the person says yes, says no, whatever the answer is, we're going to come from that place. We have a much better opportunity to keep the conversation working in a positive direction if we can maintain that within ourselves and respond in a gentle way to other people. One of the things that is challenging and has challenged me in the past, I've got an experience with somebody who had said yes and has looked at things and even come to presentations and says yes, has talked about being on the team, says they're going to become a customer, and then nothing. So when push comes to shove and the actual question comes up, so when can that happen? Can we set a date? They kind of go silent, or feels like ghosting. The way to handle that I learned from Ray Higdon, and that is what we tend to do is we tend to overfill the message after that. We tend to want a whole bunch more information and, oh, what's going on? Can I tell you this, this, and this? And you try to draw them back in. He suggests that you make 3 follow-ups, and that all 3 follow-ups are days apart, and that in your follow-ups you actually get less wordy. Just, hey, checking in, everything okay? Are you all right? Those kinds of things. And that's more likely to draw the person back out. After that, let them be. So I'm at the stage now with my contact that I just don't talk business. We talk personal. We have other connections other levels of connection, and I just maintain those. And I'm going to wait and see if she comes back to me with it, because who knows? Maybe they don't want to talk about it, but life has gotten in the way somehow. The A is appreciating everyone. Create a team culture. Our Vancouver Island team and Team True Blue has fabulous culture already. But remember that you're developing your own team. And in developing your own team, you want to keep that culture of appreciation alive. And so with PCs and distributors that are already existing on your team, be supportive. Send them messages and maybe small gifts or samples. And that for new people that you're encouraging onto your team, but also for those who are already existing, that's a way to demonstrating that appreciation is a way to develop your own team culture. The L is love and support. Love on people no matter what. Again, comes back to coming from a heart place. Be centered in yourself, that you are bringing messages from the heart. You believe in the gift that you have to share, and no matter what the response, no matter how many times it takes to have that conversation, sometimes, as you know, in my business, it can be over 2 years of follow-ups. Just keep loving those people, because that's ultimately what we want is quality relationships. And so love is the essence of all of that. I is for interested customers. And this is sometimes a bit of untapped potential. At the beginning of my business, I fell into this trap. I was quick to kind of, okay, that person's settled, let them settle and start on new dialogues. Keeping in touch with those interested customers can be really beneficial. So for example, a customer from last year, after 8 months of having an amazing response to the products and really feeling good, started asking questions about the business. Why? Because I was following up and keeping that dialogue going, and ended up joining the business as a business partner. These can also be amazing resource for you in terms of validations. our customer stories, sometimes they have a very different experience than we have. So why not utilize that and make it a benefit to you when they're willing to speak to others that you want to introduce to the products or the business. The T is timing. Timing is key in so many aspects. I mean, it's a big part of probably why you were interested in LifeVantage, the timing of the company. But timing is multifaceted. So time means the timing in somebody's life. So where are they at? Maybe it's not time right now, but if you can keep that dialogue going and follow up, remember 5 to 12 times, that can feel like a lot, but at the same time, there's that word time again. But the truth is, we're not always, what we perceive someone is at in their life may not actually be where they are. And so we have to meet them where they are and give them the opportunity to rethink and experience things in life, and maybe they'll come back to a space to be able to have that dialogue with you again. If you don't follow up, you'll never know whether they were coming back that way or not. 80% of our partners, business partners and customers happen after 5 to 12 follow-ups. So why would you want to miss out on 4/5 of your business by not doing that? The other aspect of time that's really critical to me is that time is any time. Don't wait for big blocks of time. Utilize those small blocks of time. Anytime you can send a message, anytime you can get connected with somebody, either personally or by messenger or by text, just do it. Reach out. You never know why that person's name popped into your head. The Y in quality is be yourself. Be you. We often want to look for the right thing to say. Can somebody quote me the perfect question or the perfect way to move the dialogue forward? The truth is, you just need to be yourself. That's what's going to seem authentic to your friends and your family and your connections. That's what they're, when you're anything else, then you can seem phony or you can seem off to them, and they will pick that up because you won't feel yourself, and therefore you won't portray it the same way. So there's quality. Hopefully there's some quality ideas there for your business. And I really appreciate that it's been a mindset shift for me over the years. I've had to really work on not feeling like I was bothering people, but actually looking at it as bringing them a gift, the gift of information from which they can choose, and they choose what they do with it. And I think that's been a really powerful idea for me. Hopefully you find it powerful as well. Maintain your posture, keep that personal growth going, but don't wait for a certain stage before you move forward. Push yourself, move forward, keep stepping. Be imperfect, be perfect. It's who you are, and just embrace it. It's part of the growth and the journey. Enjoy it. Have a great 2020. I'm so excited for this year. This company and our teams are all just in an incredible position to grow in 2020. Thank you, Kerry. I'm going to pass it back over to you. I appreciate the time. Thanks.
Wow, thank you, Belinda. So many nuggets there. I hope all of you have taken notes. There's some valuable information there. Belinda, that was well thought out, well planned. Thank you so much. What an amazing virtual training that we've had January 4th. Congratulations to the presenters for getting uncomfortable, figuring out how to make the video, and then figuring out how to actually send it to me, and then producing it. We all get it into this video, an actual training, so that it can be viewed and presented to each of you that are watching today. I congratulate each of you for taking the time, taking the effort to get out, to maybe give up something that you could have done to be here today and receive this training. I promise you that if you implement the things that you've learned, you will have success in this business. We've got a lot of stuff coming down the road. We've got things happening. We announced them earlier. February is going to be a big month with Cancun. There will be a virtual training in February. This will continue as we've been instructed through our team and our upline. And I am just excited to be a part of this journey. And I did a Facebook Live the other day, and I want to say it to each of you in this training is it's really about the journey. And sometimes it takes a while for me to get things, and I got this the other day. It's like, I've heard so many times, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And I'm going, I want to hit the destination. So of course I have to make the journey. But the reality is, if you don't get on the plane, if you don't get on the bus, if you don't get in the car, if you don't fill your car up with gas, if you don't put shoes on your feet, if you don't put clothes on your body, you cannot make the journey. You'll be stuck in one spot. And so really the journey is the action. The journey is the daily actions that you need to take to get to your destination. So if you have a goal, if you've set your goal for the end of 2020 where you want to be, I invite you to look at what that journey will look like. And that means what will be your daily activities that will lead you, guide you, pull you towards that destination. I know that if you implement the strategies that you've heard today, if you plug into the trainings, you plug into our Monday team call with Brandon and Lynette, you will get the tools that you need to assist you on that journey to pull you and push you to the destination of whatever it is that you want out of this, whether it's Master Pro 10, whether it's Pro 3, it really doesn't matter. What matters is that you know what you want, that you lace up those shoes, you get active, you do the daily activities, and you get there. So thanks for jumping on. We will see you next month. Let's have this virtual training closed out by none other than our Master Pro 10 of Team True Blue, Mr. Brandon Cunningham.
Hey, Kerry, thank you so much for having me on here. I'm excited for what you guys are doing. And I know a lot of your team is Canadians, and just to say, frankly, you guys are setting the pace inside of Team True Blue for so many things. I know there's a lot of other amazing leaders in Canada that Kerry gets to work with, but I'm excited for you guys for 2020. I'm excited about this virtual workshop. And Kerry, you're right. So many people are focused on the destination, like the rank or the end result. And they forget about what it takes to get there. I could go on and on about that topic. I won't. But the journey is important. The journey is the skills. The journey is what you have to do to gain the skills necessary, because if you got some success and you really didn't know how you got it, you certainly couldn't repeat it and you certainly couldn't teach it. And our business is a business of teaching. It's a business of showing other people how to do simple things, and that is what rewards us with leverage residual type income. So I will say this though, let me give you a little piece of my mind as I'm thinking, and over the last couple of days, as many people do as you conclude a year and start a new year. So many people are, making these resolutions. I don't do resolutions, never have. And truthfully, I think that has something to do with Lynette and I's success. Is while society, for the most part, starts things on Mondays or starts things on a new year, and then they don't check themselves till the following year. And I'm just going to challenge you guys to check yourself, audit your behaviors, audit your calendar, audit your actions, audit yourself daily. That's what I would like for you to do this year. Don't do this at the end of 2020 and just say, what happened to year 2020? Do it every day, because that's truly what Lynette and I did in order to accomplish the things that we've accomplished with LifeVantage and other things. Is, can you imagine a GPS that only worked once a year? I mean, that's kind of crazy, but what if it even just worked, once every 24 hours? You would be lost on your journey, because most journeys aren't 24 hours in an automobile, but you get my point, right? And so we want instantaneous direction from our GPS. And while your business doesn't need minute-to-minute auditing, you should do it every night. You should know what you've accomplished and certainly have destinations in place and make every day count, because now is the only time that's real. Tomorrow is not for sure, and the past is the past. It's done. And so right now in this moment, today is all you really have and can control. And that's why it's so important that you audit yourself every day to see if you're doing the right things necessary to accomplish your goals with LifeVantage. It is about the journey. If you do that, you'll end up in the destination. And truly, guys, at Team True Blue, while our products are amazing and the distribution is the model we use to get those amazing products to people that improve their health, at the end of the day, what we're really doing at this team is helping people grow into a better version of themselves. We do that many different ways. Our focus, Lynette and I's focus, is on leadership development. As we grow a network of leaders, we accomplish much, much more things than we could just on our own. And this very workshop that you just watched is testimony to leadership development. Fantastic leadership, taking the bull by the horns, stepping into that role, and doing a fantastic job while making mistakes. We still make mistakes. Your leadership will make mistakes. We learn from those mistakes. As John Maxwell says, most people in life are wanting to cruise. They just want to kick back and coast. And Maxwell says the only way you can coast is going downhill. And I'm not ready to go downhill. All good things is uphill, he says. So it's work. Enjoy the journey, guys. Don't do what the masses do. Do the opposite this year. Audit yourself. And I'm so happy that you guys are a part of this team and a part of LifeVantage. Kerry, you guys are amazing. Again, Canada, you guys rock. I can't say enough about you guys. Can't wait to see all of you soon. You guys just get out there and tear it up. Bye-bye.